Hey everyone, this is Nicholas Fairbairn and I'm doing a video to attempt to explain stacking and how it can dramatically change your quality of life. So first of all, the most important thing is to figure out what is actually important to you. So I've broken it down into 7 major areas of life. This is what I learned from amazing Preston and Alexi. So we look at romantic relationship. So this is whether you're single or in a relationship, you're taking time out for love, ultimately, either self-love or love with another. Fitness and vitality, which I've included sleep in that aspect. That's why. Finances, career, spirituality, whatever your spiritual beliefs are, joy, and then I've also got friends and family here. So then we look at, for example, a 24-hour day. We only have 24 hours in a day. So I need 8 hours of sleep. I'm the type of person that if I get less than 8 hours sleep, it really does affect my health and happiness. Then we have background noise. Then we have 2 hours of ultimately fitness and vitality. So then we have romantic relationship. I put 2 hours in there. Finances 1, career 5, spirituality and joy. Spirituality and joy are both 2, and then 1 hour for family and friends. I'm in a growth period in my business, so friends and family at the moment won't get as much time as maybe in the future. So this is, again, I always recommend doing a 90-day cycle. And this here is just the days of the week. I've only done Monday so far. So you can see that what I've done is there's 24 hours in a day. So I've written 1 to 24 on the left-hand side. And I guess I'm showing you the power of stacking through here because it's all color-coded. So say that I'm sleeping till 6 a.m. From midnight to 6 a.m. Then I'm waking up, and then, for example, I think it's really important to create connection before going on something like work or your phone. So creating half an hour of connection time. For me, that's with Amy. And I think that is a really, really important aspect that people don't have. They rush into work. Then I have meditation. So from 7 to 8 a.m. So these ones aren't stacked at the moment. These are separate. Then I've got fitness. But you can see that I could, if I did, say, for example, fitness with a friend or fitness with Amy, I could stack that. So I'm doing an hour of fitness, but I'm also getting an hour with a friend or an hour with Amy. So you can see I've started to stack here where food, so eating breakfast, but if I do that with Amy, then there's a connection there. So that's, say, half an hour of a romantic relationship. So you can see that I've already got 30 minutes here and 30 minutes there. So I've already got an hour of my 2 hours done. These are the minimum down the bottom. This is absolute minimum. So then we can go into career. So for those of you that build a doTERRA business, you would know that of the pipe. So this is where I could do, for example, prepare and invite, and I'll do a 2-hour slot of work. Then it comes into lunchtime. So lunch, I can do food. Okay, so that's health and vitality. Joy, I could do it, for example, outside, and I could potentially do it with Amy or a friend, and I'm getting 3 areas of stacking. So I'm getting another hour of romantic relationships. I've already got my 2 hours, my cup's full. Then we can go into career, and this is for those in doTERRA, the S is for support. So I might be supporting and mentoring some of my team or creating some type of support system. Then this what I've done is for generally when I'm back at home in Australia. But I normally play tennis, so I could play tennis with my friends, so I get my hour of friends and family, but I'm also getting an extra hour of fitness here as well. And then I can go into finances, but you can see that I could do that with Amy, and I think it's really powerful to do it with couples this is what the Barefoot Investor recommends, is you spend that time doing it as ultimately a romantic, I guess, date as well. Barefoot date night, he calls it. So we could do the first half an hour of the dinner as finances, but then we're also eating and we've got that romance in there as well. So I could actually extend this romance to be the whole hour. Then we can go into career, so I could do another hour, so that could be presenting and enrolling if you're in doTERRA. Then we can look at, say, from 8 till 10, I could do some type of like romance with Amy. So we might have a romantic night which obviously creates a bit of joy, and if we gets a little bit heated, then obviously there's a bit of fitness in there as well, and also because there's the connection, there's a spiritual practice. So you can see that you can stack. I've got 4 things stacking at this time. So what you can see is, say for example, let's use a romantic relationship as one. That's the minimum that I need for my cup to be full. And I've ultimately got 23 hours written down here, so an hour of leeway. But with stacking, okay, so this one, yes, I've done on my own. So there's 30 minutes there, but this one I stacked, so I've got an extra 30 minutes. Then I've stacked again, so I've got another hour, so there's 2 hours. I've stacked again, there's 2.5 hours, and then I've also got stacked here, so there's 3.5 hours. Did I add that up right? Yeah, 3.5 hours, or 4 hours of romantic relationship. Then if we look at fitness and sleep and vitality, so I've got my 6 hours plus an hour there, 7. I'm eating healthy food, so there's another half an hour, then another hour, plus I'm going to stack it with a tennis, plus I'm going to make time to eat healthy food here. Then I'm going to add a little bit of fun in here as well. And then also we've got an extra 2 hours here for sleep. So I'm getting at least my minimum 10 hours. I'm not actually getting more like 14, 15 hours of fitness and vitality. So stacking helps you get more hours out of the day. Whereas if we don't stack, it's very, very hard to fit everything in that we want to do. It's very, very restricted. You might be able to spend especially this is with no kids, this is only working a 5-hour day. You could imagine that how much more powerful this will be for you if you work with stacking. Like if you've got 8 hours plus you've got kids, you might need to be the master at stacking. So you might be doing 4 or 5 things at once to get everything done in the day. So anyways, this is just a quick video of stacking. You can do it for every single day, Monday to Sunday. Generally for example, me on a Sunday, I won't do any career or anything like that. So I might be able to spend more time in a place like joy, family and friends, spiritual practice, or these two, but less on these two. So yeah, good luck with it, and I'll get this created as a little chart, but I would highly recommend having the diligence to do this, because most people, what they do is, especially those that don't work for themselves, and even those that do work for themselves, is they get up on a Monday and they just start working or start doing something, and they've got no type of plan, they've got no structure. And if you miss these areas in your life, you actually become really depressed, and then that leads to illness and disease ultimately. So let's make the time for these areas of our life, and reclaim your life again. You have the power to. You are the creator of your destiny, I believe, and yeah. This is, I guess, what I help people to do, is create the blueprint of, I'm an engineer of the human experience, and we can use hacks like this to achieve a lot more. And even if that a lot more is more sleep or more joy, These things are important, so don't forget these things. Don't focus too much on these and forget everything else, because everything else is the glue that holds that together. You can't have the best career in the world if you're not healthy. Is it all worth it if you don't have loved ones in your life, whether that be friends or family or romantic relationships? So remember, some things are more important than others, and stacking will help you to make sure that in those areas of growth where you might be working a lot more, everything else doesn't get missed. You don't want to be one of these people that works so hard and everything else falls apart, because that's not living. Peace out, love you all. NicholasFairbairn.com.